Kick off your shoes and pick up a controller? Today, I want to help you get the Dull Point achievement in Halls of Torment. The achievement states that you need to avoid dealing any critical hits while playing with the archer. At first glance, it seems pretty easy to do, but it's honestly kind of unintuitive. I mean, the archer's whole deal is critting a ton of enemies for a ton of damage, so you're being tasked with playing against this style. With this video guide, I hope you get set up so you can tackle this achievement. To be honest, I had a tough time finding a way to get this one. I made so many different builds, so many different attempts, but found myself making no progress. I felt like I had tried everything. So I searched online for any kind of help, and lo and behold, found an incredible guide. There is a 100% achievement guide posted on Steam by Moldredd, and it is chock full of useful information on every current in-game achievement, including tips on how to nail the Dull Point achievement. Using the tips from that guide, with some slight modifications, I was able to get this achievement completed. I'll put a link to the guide in the description. It's an absolutely incredible resource and is worth perusing through. In order to complete this achievement, we're going to utilize a summoner build. The goal of this build is to create a massive amount of summons to help distract and defeat your enemies so that you can focus on avoiding damage and attacking directly. We need to be careful about which summons we use though, because some can crit and that does count against us for the purpose of this achievement. Let's take a look at the items. For this build, you want the Demonic Bond and Necromancer's Clutch rings, the Shepherd's Boom necklace, and the Invocator's Grasp gloves. These are the primary items that create safe to use summons that do not cause any wayward crits. Plus, you'll end up summoning enough creatures that enemies will be plenty distracted, affording you ample time to stay safe. Fill out the remaining equipment slots with defensive and utility items. I went with the hood helmet, the running shoes boots, and the chainmail armor. These gave me extra movement speed to keep myself out of harm's way, plus extra health and defense if things got a little bit hairy. As usual, you don't need to have all these items. In fact, the guide I mentioned got it done with just the Demonic Bond ring and Firewalker boots. But the more summoning items you have, the easier this achievement will be. With these items, we have a nice army of summons between you and your enemies. They'll be your front line, your primary damage, and they're pretty much the stars of the show. However, there are a few items that you should completely avoid. Do not take the Beastmaster's Hide or the Mark of Rituals. The summons that these two items create can crit enemies, which will nullify the achievement. If you're ever curious about whether a summon can crit enemies or not, make sure you check your character stat sheet. In the Character tab, in the Damage Sources section, you'll find an entry for every summon you have access to. Make sure none of them have a crit chance value. If they do, return back to camp and remove the item. With the items out of the way, let's talk about the traits you should select while leveling up. As previously stated, your primary goal is just to survive. Your summons will be doing the bulk of the heavy lifting. As such, the traits we'll be picking will focus on survivability and utility with small sprinklings of damage. Take any traits that boost your health and regen. You should be able to avoid most enemies, so your regen will get a decent amount of mileage. Then increase your force. Some of the summons we will select will have the durations extended based on force, allowing you to spend more time safely behind them. Then increase your block strength and defense. For times that you do get hit, boosting these stats can provide a lot of damage mitigation. It's probably not necessary to increase them and could potentially be overkill, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Next, look into increasing your move speed. The best way to survive is to just not take any damage in the first place. A high move speed allows you to better position yourself to avoid any sticky situations. Finally, increase your general damage and your summon damage. While your summon's primary goal is to protect you, they will still need to do some damage in order to avoid getting completely overrun. Make sure they are strong enough to defeat enemies. You can avoid any boost to your main hand damage, as we won't be using that attack at all. You want to attempt this on normal haunted caverns. You can do agony mode if you want, but the extra difficulty is just not worth the hassle. As soon as you load into the level, make sure you turn off auto attack. My biggest mistake in attempting this was not even remembering that you can turn off this function. It even tells you that every time you load into the level, but after you do so many runs, you kinda just glaze over that text in the bottom. Then once you're in the run proper, do not select any abilities. You don't want to risk having them crit and ruining your achievement. If you pick up a tome or scroll, just convert to XP. Now you just need to survive for 15 minutes. As I keep mentioning, your summons are going to do all the work. It's up to you to just make sure that you stay alive, and under no circumstances do you ever attack. If you keep yourself constantly moving and taking great care to avoid being cornered, this should be a piece of cake. You have to wait up the timer, so I took this opportunity to farm some basic items I was missing. After 15 long minutes, Dull Point will pop. And that's it. Congrats on getting your achievement. You can feel free to end the run now. Hopefully you found this guide helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. If there are other achievements you need help with, don't forget to check out Moldredd's Steam guide in the video description. Were you able to get the Dull Point achievement? Did you use a build other than the Summoner build? Are there any other achievement guides you'd like to see? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and good luck in all your future runs.